because I'm really so excited about the news.
And are you happy about it?
Yes.
Good. You haven't seen him since you found out that he was your father. What are you going to say to him? You knew, I could tell by your face that you knew that that was true when you saw him.
I'm going to ask him if he'll spend more time with me. And
good news, yes.
maybe if he'll call me more or visit.
Okay.
Or maybe I could get to see my new sisters.
Okay. Let's meet David and see if he plans on being the dad that he hasn't been for the past 11 years. How does one make up for lost time? Welcome David back to our show.
Well,
I'm happy.
that's what I wanted to hear. And how are you? Are you happy you have a son?
I am blessed many times, many times.
Overwhelmed.
Oh, yes. He's a wonderful young man.
He really is. We were very, you know what that means? You probably don't want to hear this. It means that woman did a darn good job.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it means.
No question. No question.
See, on shows like this, we're always yelling at the mothers if the kids don't turn out right. And if they do turn out right, it's about time we said, well, mother must have had something to do with it. What would you like to say to your son?
Oh, I talked to him on the phone.
2 extra surprises?
Oh.
Are you saying what I think a 12-year-old boy says? Oh my goodness, girls!
No, I'm saying, oh my goodness, my sisters.
That's right.
Aren't they pretty?
This is Erin. This is Loretta. Mm-hmm. They wanted you to have this. That's another part of your heritage, son. I don't know what y'all do up here, but University of Tennessee, the Big Orange. And by the way, they're going to be national champions this year, and son, you're a champ all the way. We'll be there. We'll be there. You too, huh?
Which one is Erin?
Remember the pictures?
Hi, Erin.
Yeah.
I know that you prepared a special surprise for your big brother, Doug.
Yeah.
Would you share it with him?
We wrote a poem for you. It says, we have always had a sister, dad, and mother. Now we are pleased to welcome you as our brother. Now we are happier than ever.
Uncle Doug, I understand little Doug called you after he found out the results. What did he say?
Well, I wish I had it taped, but my machine doesn't tape.
It. That's
My
right.
machine doesn't tape. It just plays over. He called me and said, there was a real long pause like you would expect. He said, my name's David Douglas Grimm, and I'm your nephew. Cool, huh? and I thought, God bless him. So I called him back. Got his mama on the phone. She went out and got done. He was going off to play ball. And we had a chance to chat a little bit. So I told him then that from that day on, you will have a place.
Here's what's wrong. I understand your husband told you something very disturbing while you were pregnant. What did he say?
He told me that I had to choose between him and the babies.
He wanted you to give them up for
He wanted me to
adoption.
give him up for adoption.
Okay. You told our producers that not a day goes by that he doesn't bring it up to you that the twins aren't his. Does he say things like you should diaper, the other man ought to diaper them, somebody else ought to do? Now this is real bad to bring up kids because they can feel that. Don't you think they can feel that? I do. let's find out why husband Larry doesn't believe that these kids belong to him, because you do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's bring him on out. Come on out, Larry. Larry, you have told us you are 100% convinced that these twins are not yours.
That's right.
100%.
Yep.
And she is 100% sure that they are.
Well, she's wrong.
Okay, can you tell me why you think that it's so?
At the time, about a year and a half ago, we got 2 kids of our own, and we tried to have another baby. Didn't work for 8 months. You moved to Columbus. You come back. She's pregnant. They're not my kids, and she knows it.
Let's say you are the father. How are you going to look, having told everybody 100% that they're not?
Hey, if I am, that's great, okay? Because that takes a lot of stress off me and my wife. But if I'm not, she's going to either choose me or she's going to choose the kids. Because I'm not.
Big Louie and hear what he has to say. Louie, you have told our producers that you would swear on your father's grave that Nathan is not your son. Matter of
Yes.
fact, you said you feel 100% sure.
Yes, I do.
100% sure.
Yes.
Do you think it's right to take one child and not take the other?
Well, I take the one because I know he's mine. Be all right, so.
Louis Sr., you signed paternity papers that claim him as your own. Don't you think you're confusing him?
Yeah, well, I made a mistake at that point.
You mean you shouldn't have signed those
yes.
papers?
I shouldn't have.
Why was it a mistake?
Well, when the baby was born, I don't know, they kind of like pushed it to me, and the lady said, here, I have something for you to sign, and I ended up signing it without reading it. And,
Have you told Nathan not to call you Dad?
well, not in a mean way or anything. I just told him that he could call me either Uncle Louie or Big Louie.
Dale's father is.
Right.
And why Dale's father does not acknowledge him. And what makes the story so heartbreaking is there's a kind of a tragic twist to the story. Denise, how did the question of paternity come about?
When I was 15, I met his father at a swimming pool, and I was a virgin then. And of course, he was the cutest guy around, and we started dating, or I thought we were dating, but we weren't. And I lost my virginity to him, first and last time. And
You slept with him once.
Right, right,
And then, as a 15-year-old girl, discovered you were pregnant.
right, and hid my pregnancy.
Remember, it only takes one time. Did you tell your mom and dad?
No, it was just my mother, and I didn't tell her until I was 6 months pregnant. Right.
And then what happened?
And then about a month after Dale was born, his father came to the house, and I was like, what do you think about him? He was like, well, don't tell nobody he's mine. And
He saw him once.
Once.
When he was
a month old.
a month old. And the father has disappeared and has not been seen
Right,
since.
right.
So you have raised this attractive young man for 10 years
Yep,
on your own.
exactly.
Okay. Now, this has been very hard on you, hasn't it, Dale?
Yes.
Tell me how you feel about this. Would you like to have a dad?
Yes.
Okay. And are you worried?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me why you're worried. His mother, Bonnie. Bonnie says that her ex, Robbie, is Carl's dad, and he owes, by the way, $11,000 in back child support.
Bonnie, how did the story begin?
I met Ron when I was 15. We dated, and then we started going out together, and we moved in when I was 16. He took responsibility on of me. He'd wanted to have an open relationship because that's what his brothers did with him, his wife.
You were supposed to get married, but you called it off. Why did you call it off?
Because I didn't want to live like that.
He was cheating?
He cheated lots of times.
Okay. Now, he signed paternity papers.
He took full responsibility when Carl was born for the first year and a half. He did not refuse Carl as his.
Little Carl, you've never seen this man, you believe, as your dad. This will be the first time, right? Yeah? What would you like to say to him?
He doesn't love me, and he doesn't send me any cards and presents for my birthday and Christmas.
Is that hard, Carl? Is that hard to have that happen?